So in this world, you can attempt to kill a person, attempt to kill him, he could have died, and you get 19 months in jail. Coach Greg, and just when you think you've seen it all, you see something that you thought you'd never see. A man was sentenced to 19 months in prison for slamming a 20-kilogram plate on the skull of another person training, doing his workout. And so when I first heard of this, I thought to myself, well, what if it really is an accident? You're walking by, you trip, fall, drop the weight, hits the guy, it's an accident. Do you really deserve 19 months in prison? Well, I watched the video, and after watching the video, I think he should have been sentenced to a far greater sentence. He could have quite literally killed this guy. To me, this was attempted murder. It's a 20-kilogram plate slammed on the guy's head with force. And Ryan, who claims he injured the man by accident, pled guilty, accepting the fact that his actions were, in fact, deliberate. And so it's my opinion that the guy thought he could just get away with it by saying, it was an accident. I tripped and, oh, look at my ankle. I sprained my ankle, and that's why I lunged 5 feet to the left, slamming the weight on the guy's head. And so let's watch the video and see exactly what he did. Because the first time as he was walking, I thought, oh, he probably just sprained his ankle, took a misstep, collapsed, hurt his knee or something on the walk, and accidentally fell over. If you're walking with a 45-pound plate and you trip over a barbell and you fall accidentally and you just can't react in time and it's completely an accident, it's an accident. Of course, it sucks that you injure someone, but it is an accident. And warning, this is very disturbing footage. The guy is going to be dropping a 45-pound weight on a person's skull. Okay, and so the man's sitting down on the bench, got the towel, doing some dumbbell chest presses, laying there, minding his own business. Immediately, we see him walking over with a 45-pound plate, walking over slowly, no problem, and then, what? Takes 2 steps to the left, not 1 but 2. The plate goes above his head onto the guy's head. Even if, and that is a big if, that he twisted his ankle walking calmly with that plate and somehow injured his knee, he still lifted the weight up and over towards the guy's head, slamming it on his skull. If it was an accident, you don't lift a weight over and place it like that. You would miss the guy's head. You can slip, twist, you know you have a weight in your hand, and you drop it somewhere in front of you. I could believe that if you twisted your ankle, you would veer in a different direction, but I don't believe the weight would come above your head and slam it into another guy's head. And there was an investigation, and there was no beef between these guys. There was no motive per se. But how do we know? We don't know. One person could have been jealous. He could have been jealous. Oh, he's pressing more weight than me. I'll take care of that. Or I saw him eyeing up my girlfriend the other day. We do not know what one man may be thinking. We have no clue if there was an actual premeditative reason of why he would do this. Personally, I think there was probably something. Don't see how it's possible that he could have accidentally injured himself as he was walking over and somehow decided to slam the weight over his head. Then the man seems to fake, oh, I hurt my ankle. I better fake it in case they ask me what happened. I'm going to pretend that I really hurt my ankle so bad that I'm going to just walk around the gym with my sprained ankle because it's so injured that I'm going to walk away from this injury. If you slammed a 45-pound weight on a guy's head by accident, you would immediately go to the guy and say, oh my goodness, are you all right? I'm going to call 911. I can't believe I did this. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. You would panic. You wouldn't run around trapping your ankle. Oh, now I'm going to fake it. Oh, it was an accident. Oh, I hurt my head too while I fell. Oh, I'm injured too. Oh, look at me walking around. You're injured. Oh, you're not dead. I better fake being injured. I thought I would have killed you. I don't know I have to fake an injury now. Oh, let me just drop this towel on your head. Oh, there you go. You're all better. I gave you a towel on top of your head. Can you believe the audacity of this man? It was an accident. It was an accident. Oh, my head is hurting so bad as I tripped on my ankle. What you did is you lunged towards him dramatically at the last second, so he had no chance to defend himself. No chance. He was in a vulnerable position. You took this opportunity to injure the man or attempt to kill him as he was laying vulnerable doing dumbbell bench presses. And you got 19 months. I can understand only 19 months. So in this world, you can attempt to kill a person, attempt to kill him, he could have died, and you get 19 months in jail. We need to get our priorities straight. When you try to take a life from someone, or attempt to, or do something that might take it away from them, on purpose, it's not an accident. An accident, and you only get 19 months in prison, probably out on parole after 10 months. So imagine, you dislike someone, they said something, did something, you can walk up to them at the gym with a 45-pound weight, slam them on the head, and you get about 19 months in jail. Really? Imagine what it's like for this man. Imagine what he had to go through to recover from these injuries. And I'm reading this title and I'm thinking, this does not do it justice. Horrific CCTV shows NT gym goer dropping 20-kilogram weight on another man. There's a big difference between dropping and lunging and slamming a 20-kilogram plate on a man's head. You drop it by accident. It's gonna hurt, yes, but not nearly as much as when you're using force and going towards them. The victim suffered a fractured skull, face swelling, and is still traumatized by the attack. Big difference between dropping a weight on someone and attacking them with that weight. A man who caused horrific injuries after slamming a 20-kilogram weight on a gym goer's head has been jailed. That is a lot more accurate assessment of what happened here. CCTV played in court shows Ryan picking up a 20-kilogram plate and walking towards the victim lying on a bench on his back lifting dumbbells. He lunged towards the victim and dropped the weight on fellow gym goer's head, causing the victim to fall to the ground. Ryan appears to have injured his ankle and walks away as the victim sits on the floor in agony, clutching his face and head, which were bleeding. He eventually returned to the man to help him and call an ambulance, the court heard. Yeah, eventually. And did it look like he lunged, or did it look like he slowly walked over and then quickly lunged, lifting the weight over his head and then slamming it on his head? I mean, to me, the evidence is overwhelming. I'm just shocked that you would only get 19 months for this. I don't believe any jury or judge would have watched this tape and thought, yeah, it was an accident. I'm just going to let him off. Justice John Burns describes Ryan's actions as very dangerous. I mean, who writes these articles? Yeah, it's very dangerous to take a 20-kilogram plate and slam it on another guy's skull. Very dangerous. Very dangerous is going for a 1-rep max on the bench press with no spotter, or doing squats in the safety rack without the safeties. Taking a weight and slamming it on another guy's head? Very dangerous. What? Taking a 20-kilogram plate, lunging over and slamming it on a guy's head? That's attempted murder. And so I understand we all have differences of opinion, so let me know in the comments section, watching this tape, did it look like he tripped, sprained his ankle, hurt himself, and that's why he accidentally dropped the weight on the guy's head? Or does it look like he deliberately took the weight, slammed it on his head, and tried to injure or kill the man? Hopefully this didn't freak you out too much and you're still willing to go to the gym. I'm certainly going to have eyes in the back of my head next time I train. Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IBB Pro. Please check out the Bloops. Also, harder than last time supplements, including the Turkesterone, pre-workouts, stim, non-stim, Seco Bar, all kinds of stuff. The Circle Diet book, the cookbooks, training books, coaching plans on me and my team. Subscribe. Click the bell button to get notified. Watch right away. Comment for the algorithm, please. Positive or negative. Do the comments. And until next time, I am out.